feel that Dillon cheap shotted you?
Yeah, for sure. That's just who he is. You know, we've seen it a bunch in this league with him. Him and I have had our personal battles for years. Quite frankly, I've been busting his ass for years. Playoffs, regular season. You know, in the one game he does a high job on me today. You know, he decides to do something like that, and you know, there's no place in that in the game, and you know, you got to protect yourself at the end of the day. But this has been brewing for years. With me, with other guys in the league, and you all see it. You know, it's not something that this isn't new. And you know, tonight was just the end of it, but it's tough when you can't guard somebody and can't do something with somebody. You got to resort to that, and that's what he's done to a lot of players. You know, off the top of my head, I think it's like Dame and Steph. You know, it's just one of those things. That's what you resort to, and that's cool. But I'm glad my guys held it down tonight, and you know, had my back. You know, throughout the whole thing.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Donovan. You said you've had matchups with him before. Have you ever had an
Yeah,
on-court
we've been
altercation
talking
like this?
nonstop. I wouldn't say this to this extent, but there's always been talks. You can go back. I think it was like 2 years ago, regular season, like 30 points a game, like it's nonstop talking back and forth, and you know that was cool when we were just talking. But that right there that's where you know the line has to be drawn, and the NBA has to do something about it. Because like I said, I'm not the only person this has happened to. There's no place for that in this game, and you know, like I said, I took matters into my own hands, but at the end of the day, like, you know, that ain't it.
Did you sense it building up throughout the course of the game?
I wouldn't say to that. I didn't think it was gonna be like that. You know, maybe the jawing back and forth, which is part of the game, and that's cool or whatever. You know, but like I said, when you have a cheap shot like that, because there was no need to do that. You know what I mean? So I wasn't expecting that, and then that's just how I reacted. But like I said, if you just can't guard somebody, just say that and just get a switch. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. But it is what it is.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Do you think that the punishment was handled correctly in terms of, do you think you should have been ejected after that?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I figured I would be just because of the escalation of the situation. If anything, I thought it'd be for the push, not the throwing of the ball, but, you know, I don't know the rules to that extent. I'm not typically someone who gets ejected for stuff like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think my reaction was honestly just for me reacting to a cheap shot. You know what I mean? And I think, it's, like I said, this has been a habit for years, and this isn't new to anybody in this room. And, you know, if punishment doesn't come from that, you know, it's just going to keep doing that, you know. And I really don't. It's just dumb, to be honest with you, just dumb. And like I said, it's just dumb, and you know I'm gonna appeal it because I don't think I should have got ejected for defending myself. To be honest.
Do you think that Dillon should face further punishment from the league for this, and if so, what should that
I
be?
mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, it should be this, it should be that, but it should be something. You know, what I mean, like I said, this isn't just a Donovan thing. You know, this has happened to other players throughout this league, and it's bullshit. If we're being honest with you. It's complete bullshit. There's one thing, you know, you got Ja, you got Bang, you got Jaren Jack, those guys, like, they talk shit, and that's fine. Like, that's all part of basketball. We all grew up playing that way, but when you start doing little cheap shit, like, that ain't it. And that's honestly where my frustration lies. You know, it's not about the talking back and forth. That's whatever, the extra bumps, whatever, that's cool. But when you start doing little stuff like that, like, what are we really doing?